Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English, Basics for Beginners. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Surah Luqman. We're coming now to the end of the chapter. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, verse number 28. And your creation or your resurrection is in no wise but as an individual soul. For Allah is He who hears and sees all things. Asabli man. So please remember this. This is very important. When you were formed in the womb of your mother, then after 40 days and another period of 40 days and another period of 40 days, then the angels came and inserted the soul into the body, into the embryo. Your life on earth is as an individual soul. There are trillions of souls in the heavens, and God then chose a specific soul to enter your body. And then when you die, you will die all alone as a soul. Let's try and understand this concept. It's very, very important as a belief answer. We must not misunderstand what is going on. So we're looking at the soul versus the body. All right. Here's the planet Earth. And when we look at the planet Earth, what we see bodies. We see human beings, nah? I don't know how to draw even a human being, man. Okay, you get the idea. Whether male or female, right? That's a human being. Right. Now, this human being, this body, call it a vessel. Here's a cup. The human being, the body is a vessel. Or think of it as a car. The body is simply a car, right? Think of it as a Ferrari or whatever the car is, right? That's your car. So, that is your body. Your body has been formed from the planet Earth. Your body did not come from heaven. Your body is made out of the elements from the planet Earth, sand and water. That's your body. Ek praat nie nou van die siel nie. We'll come to the soul just now. Let's get it clear what is the body. This is the body that is weak. It can get sick. You can get pneumonia and the flus and the colds and the arthritis, and you can get a headache, and you can get knee pain, you can get irritable bowel syndrome, you can get a heart attack, and you get cholesterol, you get HDL, LDL, you can get thyroid problems, brain cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, you can get HIV, AIDS, or you can get human papilloma virus, then you get cervical cancer in young girls, and so on and so on and so on, right? Kidney stones and diarrhea and constipation and alles because the body is weak. Now we are only talking about the body, we are only talking about the vessel, we are only talking about the car. The car can break down, the tires can get flat, alles can go wrong with the car. We are talking about changing the parts of the car in the same way you can change the kidney and you can replace certain body parts, right? We are clear on that. That is known as the external body. But when you are in the womb of your mother, the angels, they come from God. And with them, they're bringing a soul. And they take that soul and they're putting the soul inside the body. So they put a body with a soul. So now on the planet Earth, you no longer have a body. You have a body and a soul. That means the empty vessel now has got water inside, liquid inside. The liquid is the soul. The water is the soul. The milk is the soul. The vessel is just a container, just to contain the soul. And in your motor car, you now put a driver in that car. So the driver is your soul. The driver decides, do I want to go left or right? The soul decides, do I want to be a good person or a bad person? It is this liquid that now decides what happens. The vessel is dead, is inert. And then what happens when you die is as follows, right? So this is now what happens to your body. The universe is when the time of the Big Bang, the universe is 13.8 billion years. When we had this big, huge explosion. And then about 4.5 billion years ago, our planet Earth, the Milky Way galaxy, everything came into existence. But our time on Earth is less than 100 years, right? Less than 100 years. That means 100 divided by 4.5 billion is like 0,00000000001. Basically, from a mathematical point of view, we don't even exist. Our life on Earth is zero. But during the small fragment of time, which sometimes seems very long, our final destination in paradise will be determined whether you're going to go to paradise forever or to hell forever, based on the decisions that you make. So this is what happens. As we said in the previous picture there, you have, now I'm not going to draw the picture like this, right? I'm just going to use a human being as a block. So here's a soul, and then before you are born, when you are born, you now have a body and a soul. When you die, the body returns to the earth from which it was created, but the soul continues its journey back to God. It came from God, it will return to God. So the soul has come from negativity of eternity of the past. It has come from eternity, and it will return to the eternity of the future. So our time on earth is a brief moment where we are sandwiched between the two eternities, the eternity of the past and the eternity of the future. The soul continues. The soul does not die. It is the body that dies. It is the body that gets sick, not the soul. But it is the soul which is the driver in the car. It is the soul here who decides, am I going to rape someone? Am I going to murder someone? Am I going to be a criminal in parliament? Am I going to take tender contracts? Am I going to do A, B, and C? It is your soul who is making the decision. And based on the decisions that the soul makes, right? The soul is the main thing, and that is on the day of judgment. The soul is going to be asked questions as to what you did. Then you have different categories of soul. Because of the soul, right? We are here on the planet Earth. Human beings have got a choice between choosing the way of goodness or choosing the way of evil. And we know that angels are pure goodness, whereas the devil or Satan is pure evil, even though sometimes he pretends to be your friend, but the devil or Lucifer is your enemy. So human beings have got a choice, either to choose the way of goodness, which is sometimes very difficult, or to choose the way of evil, which is sometimes very easy. So to be like a devil is very easy. To be a good person is very difficult. It is very easy to commit crime. It is very easy to be lazy and then to steal from people's houses, because to start a business is very difficult. To earn an honest living is very difficult. Right? And that is why, because of the difficulty, these people get paradise and these people get hell, because they chose the easy way out. It's very easy to say, okay, I'm a member of parliament, I'm going to get involved in bribery and corruption, and I'm going to get tenders, I'm going to get a 10% kickback under the table, and alles. Very easy to do that. You're going to enrich your family and your friends and everyone, but then at the end of the day, your ultimate destination is hell. There's no doubt about it. Right, now there are three types of categories of soul, and these are the three that I will just see whether I've got it written here. I'll tell you what the Arabic words are. I've got it somewhere here. Okay, here's the three categories. They are known as Nafs al-Lawama, Nafs al-Ammara, and Nafs al-Mutmainna. The lowest type of soul is the soul that is controlled by the devil. This is a soul which is a rebel. This soul does not care about crime and committing evil. This soul does not care about invading other nations, colonialism and imperialism. These are the ones who are the students and the followers of Niccolo Machiavelli. So they justify evil. They are the rebellious soul. That's the one that commands evil. But eventually, Every soul will go through a process of feeling guilty. Your conscience pricks you. Self-reproaching. Ah, man, I shouldn't have done that, man. Why did I do that? Why did I have intimacy with that girl when she was drunk? I thought I had a chance, but no, it was wrong of me to do that. Why did I put drugs in that girl's drink and then take her to the club and bar and then do whatever I wanted with her? The next day you start feeling guilty. I shouldn't have done that. If you're a member of parliament, you then say, Amen. Why did I take that bribe? I shouldn't have taken that bribe. Why was I involved in corruption and tender corruption and others? I shouldn't have done that. Or if you are angry that day, you were fighting with your customer, or you're fighting with that sales girl who didn't smile at you, and the next day you say, hey, it wasn't right what I did. So now your soul is now saying, okay, it's no longer rebelling. It is now realizing when it is doing wrong, and it is feeling remorse and guilt until it comes to the highest stage known as Nafs al-Mutma'inna, the self that is in sakina and peace at peace with the will of Allah. It is a soul that now commands towards goodness, because now it is no longer a soldier of the devil. It is now a soldier of God, inviting all towards good and joining the good, forbidding the evil, inviting people to have social justice. Yes, earn as much money as you can, but then help the poor, the widows, the orphans, and others. Right? So that is in basic terms, the soul. So when you die, your soul, your body will remain on the planet Earth when you die. Your body will remain here because your body will be decomposed, but your soul will return to God. And then on the day of judgment, based on what you have done, your deeds will be weighed on the day of judgment. And if your good deeds are higher, you go to paradise. If your evil deeds are higher, you go to hell. That is, in simple terms, what is happening. And it is a guarantee that everybody will be brought back to life, even the atheists. Even Charles Darwin and Professor Richard Dawkins and Professor Brian Cox and Carl Sagan and Almar, all the good people of the world will be brought back to life. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddhist or a monotheist or a Scientologist or a pantheist or a polytheist or an agnostic or an atheist. Everybody, Allah, even the king and the pope and everybody will be brought back to life again, and that is a guarantee. And then you're going to stand in front of God, right? So your creation or your resurrection, you're going to be brought back to life. This is a guarantee. Is in no ways but as an individual soul. You're going to stand alone in front of God. You can't ask your mother to help you, or your father to help, or your friend to help you. There's no celebrity lawyers that's going to help you. Your bank balance is not going to help you. Your credit card on that day is not going to help you. Your gold bricks and your gold coins is not going to help you on that day. You can give God all your jewelry, is not interested. You can give God all your title deeds to all your celebrity palaces in Florida or in California, is not going to help you. God on that day is only interested in justice. And on that day, the victims of justice will get their day in court. And the criminals of the world will be crawling around on their hands and knees, begging God to send them back so that they can rectify their mistakes. But then it will be too late. As a belief, man. So we only have one life to live. Let's make a good job of it. See you not that Allah merges night into day, and He merges day into night, that He has subjected the sun and the moon to His law, each running its course for a term appointed, and that Allah is well acquainted with all that you do. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah.